Hi my lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. So I'm super excited. Recently the Juans did an interview with Toni Talks. I remember I watched SB19's interview with her. I love the way she asks questions and how she interacts and everything. So I'm also super excited because I haven't really seen a whole bunch of interviews with the Juans, so I'm super excited to watch this and everything. I'm looking at the title of it, and so I'm super excited to see what they have to say and everything, because I feel like every time they answer questions, they're so deep and thoughtful, and so I'm excited, and yeah. So anyways, I guess without further ado, we're gonna get into this, and here we go. Oh my god, I'm excited. I love watching interviews.
Kasama natin ngayong araw, the Juan.
Period.
Ay, napapanood ko yung mga interviews ninyo.
Nakakakilig naman malaman na.
Nakakatuwa kasi I think it's very refreshing to see a band like you do meaningful conversations.
Period.
Nakakatuwa.
During the pandemic na people are always online. Diba? Nakatambay lahat sa Facebook, YouTube, yan.
True.
I think this will be a perfect chance to actually speak from our hearts.
Period.
Because we believe that there is a message behind the songs that we're writing. But we don't have the opportunity to actually talk about that.
Yes, kasi di ba ang music ng isang banda, meron yung universal message na gusto nyo ibigay sa mga listeners nyo. Ano yun sa'yo, Japs?
Para po sa amin, gusto po namin na maisip nila na hindi sila nag-iisa, na may mga taong nakaka-relate sa kanila.
Period.
Sana din mapasok namin na merong God na nagmamahal sa kanila.
Oo, kasi yung balita ko, lahat pala kayo member ng praise and worship team.
Yes. Hindi kami talaga nag-start.
Okay, that I did not know.
Sa church.
That's cool.
And of course, when you're part of a worship team, there's really so much emphasis on character. And we learned na character is sometimes more valuable than talent. But I think the character was correct for the vision that we wanted to go for.
In addition dun po sa sinabi nila kanina, dun sa makarelate sa mga tao. Kasi our intention is really from hugot to healing. Kasi di ba parang nakikita ng mga tao sa amin, parang sino ba na nakita nyo? Sino ng mga songs nyo? Di tayo pwede, ihatid kita.
Oh my gosh.
Pero our goal is really to connect with them.
Yeah.
And to tell them na hindi kayo nag-iisa. And also to say na
Dulo really
dahil hindi kayo
hurt
nag-iisa,
me.
meron pang pag-asa.
That really made me cry.
So from hugot to healing.
Ang galing naman. From hugot to heal. Healing! My God! Kailangan natin ngayong pandemic.
Yeah.
Healing music.
Yung music ng
Period.
The Juans is hurtful but comforting. Yun talaga yung gusto naming ma-feel ng mga tao, ma-feel ng mga listeners ng mga kanta namin.
Yung music ng The Juans is not limited to a genre. Kasi parang in our hearts, when we write, parang we want this song to speak to a generation who's feeling this kind of hurt, this kind of situation.
Let's talk about yung hugot. Saan nagsimula yung hugot?
Carl po.
It wasn't something that we planned. And then for some reason, we were surprised na people are resonating with this particular song, Hindi Tayo Pwede. Alam mo, sa generation pala natin, marami yung mga tao na kahit na alam nilang hindi pwede yung isang relasyon, ipipilit nila. Kasi maybe loneliness, maybe desperation.
Okay,
Pero
I feel so
it
I feel
will
called out.
surprise you. During our live show, say thousands of people. Kung tinanong mo, sino dito in love? Content. Pag sinabi mo, sino dito broken-hearted?
Me too, me too. That would have been me, I swear.
Pero I realize, people have been hurting. But maybe it's now that they're more vocal about it. They're not ashamed to say, I'm actually hurting emotionally.
Right.
So ano yung masasabi nyo, Kael, dun sa generation na to? Bakit ang laki ng hugot ng generation na to?
Siguro, dahil marami silang access sa mga bagay-bagay. Mako-compare mo na yung sarili mo, magda-doubt ka na, siguro ganito na lang talaga ako, siguro.
Oh my gosh.
And magiging sobrang lost ka in a world. Kasi may thinking dati na the more, the merrier. When in fact, the more yung place
where there is more is a very dangerous place. Kasi a world full of options ay kailangan ng tao na sobra yung conviction sa kung ano yung values niya, yung principles niya.
Na-realize ko din na yung mga hugot na meron tayo, kahit hindi sa romance, parang hindi lang naman yan nabuo overnight. It's a series of small hurts na naipon. Kaya nung sumabog ka na, dun lang nakita. Yung mga negative opinion na naipon na sa'yo, yung hurt na yan, yung hugot na yan, parang bulto-bulto siya ng mga small hurts na naipon.
Tapos sumisingaw siya sa mga maliliit na
Period.
triggers.
Yeah.
I love the way they
watched
describe
some
things.
of your
Like,
episodes dun sa kwentuhan. Maganda nyo na-articulate yung thoughts nyo. So there are topics or subjects that I wanna discuss with you guys. And I want to know, how do you feel about cancel culture?
that is the question. That is the
Have you
question.
ever been canceled kayo? Yung band ninyo?
Well, I think in some ways, yes.
Yung
Pero
show na cancel.
I don't think that's what it
I think
means.
it's a beautiful time to have an open mind. And ang sa akin lang, parang my opinion about cancel culture is, sana kung gano'n tayo ka-vocal, mag-cancel out ng ibang tao, gano'n din tayo ka-open, mag-entertain ng mga dahilan, explanation, kung bakit sila nag I think cancel culture doesn't automatically make you smart. Just because you cancel someone and just because you think you're right makes you smart. I think what makes you smarter is to have the ability to know their condition, to understand their condition, and then to come up with a proper conclusion.
Si Josh, for you, empowering or destructive ang cancel culture? How will you categorize it? Is it empowering for you or is it destructive for you?
For me, it depends. Kasi empowering siya if, kumari ako,
Ikaw yung nagka-cancel.
kumari ako yung magsasabi kay Kael na something na parang for me, ito yung tama. Tapos yung kay Kael meron siyang iba. Yun nga, totoo yung sabi ni Carl na kung gaano ka-vocal, kailangan open ka din sa mga kumari. Meron din namang reason si Kael kung bakit niya pinapaniwalaan yun. So, yun, sa akin it depends kung magiging empowering or destructive yung cancel culture.
Ikaw, Kael.
They
Sa
are
akin po kasi, I
answering
believe
this
na
so
every
cleverly.
opinion is valid
'Cause-
and never wrong. Walang tama, walang mali.
This kind of question
Kasi opinion, dahil
literally
opinion natin yun. And
get you canceled depending on
kung
how you
meron
answer it, but they are
mang
answering it
reason
so
kung
well.
bakit iba-iba yung opinion
Like-
natin, sana ang maging reason natin is to come up with a solution and be part of it. Imbes na nagiging part tayo ng solution, tayo mismo na-divide.
Yeah, nagiging part
When in
of it.
fact, every issue is an opportunity to unite.
Ako, if I may add,
Yes.
I think it's empowering in the sense that there are things that really needs to be canceled. Say, for example, rape culture,
Period.
objective.
Period.
women.
Period.
I think that really needs to be canceled.
Period.
It's empowering in a sense that if we use that cancel culture to really kill off
Period. Period.
destructive mentalities, to really kill off toxic traits, I think it's powerful in that sense. But I think it
Okay,
becomes
period.
destructive when we use this ideology to sort of cancel people. I think when it becomes about people and it becomes about their lives and their personalities, that's when it becomes damaging.
Kasi yung cancel culture is generally discussed as being performed on social media in the form of shaming another person or a company.
Yeah.
Ikaw.
The question is, what's your intention of saying that? Is it to really build the person? Is it really to call out what's wrong? To correct it? Or to just say things that will destroy the person? Or to, parang, instead of uniting to solve an issue, it's becoming more of a competition of opinions. And
That's
parang
a good way to put
walang
it.
pinapupuntahan na solution.
Parang what you're trying to say, it gives, for example, me, the person trying to cancel somebody, a sense of superiority.
Yes.
Na parang I'm superior over you because I'm standing on what I believe is right. and that makes you wrong. And the ego likes nothing more and craves nothing more than the feeling of being right by making someone else wrong. Let's talk about naman yung woke. Woke. Oo. Well, how do you feel about the wokes? Okay, according to Oxford English Dictionary, woke is defined as under the hashtag stay woke on social media as we traditionally use it, waking up from sleep.
Yes.
Being woke refers to being aware of and typically feeling outraged by the suffering of the marginalized in society for the benefit of the privileged. It was first used in 1940 and was created as a political term by Black Americans.
I think being woke is beautiful. But I think what matters more than being aware is what we do out of that awareness. Because sometimes people call out things for the sake of calling out. And for the sake of being retweeted and being liked, and for the sake of clout, basically. And I think it will serve its purpose if, in our wokeness, it drives us to action.
Period. Like,
it drives us to express compassion towards people.
Don't just talk, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta, like, walk,
that would
like,
really
you know what I
help
mean?
those who are marginalized. But I think it becomes dangerous if it's only just talking.
Period. Like,
and tweeting.
It's about
and
actions too. Like,
so I think it's
don't just say you're for something. Like, actually do something about it. Like,
that will actually create an impact.
Oh my gosh.
People
Period.
are different in terms of being woke. Parang iba-iba yung level ng
Actions speak louder than words.
Yung iba, tahimik lang sila, pero may ginagawa sila.
Period.
And minsan kasi, sa social media, kung sino yung mas maraming likes, sila yung mas opinionated, sila yung mas tama to kasi maraming likes,
right.
Reshare, maraming retweet, when in fact the answer really lies within ourselves. When we close the door sa kwarto natin, ano ba yung ginagawa natin para sa kabubuti ng bayan? Kasi tayo makakasagot nun ano ba yung issue natin? Kahit tayo na lang mismo, hindi issue muna ng bansa. Ano ba yung issue natin? Ano ba yung character na kailangan nating i-build? Ano yung character na pwede nating ma-share sa community na kinabibilangan?
Okay, if I may add to Kyle. Tama yung sinasabi niya na, yes, being woke is being aware of your surrounding, but I think a deeper level of woke is being aware of yourself.
Ooh.
Being aware of your own flaws.
Period.
Being aware of what you should be doing today. And I think being woke
I feel like they should write a book
about being
like
self-aware.
they're so good with words.
Sinabi mo,
yes,
Carl.
period.
Parang nabuhayan ako doon. Being woke is being self-aware and not being self-righteous. That's what I got from it. Ang ganda na sinabi mo. Kasi that's where we draw the line of being woke. We have to be self-aware more than being self-righteous. Because sometimes, when we label ourselves as woke, it gives us parang tayo na yung benchmark of righteousness.
It becomes parang a superiority thing rather than being a community thing.
Yeah.
Parang it gives you a sense of entitlement, not a sense of service para sa iba.
Pero parang si Jobs, hindi siya yung are you vocal about your
deep thinker yan.
deep thinker? Oy, ang mga deep thinker at saka mga observer, mga ano yan, highly intellectual people.
Si Jobs yung man of few words, but when he talks, it really pierces through the soul.
In terms of sa mga ganito po, parang hindi pa ako equipped talaga, like speaking up, ganun. Pero for me, parang nandun pa rin ako sa season na improving my skills, ganun, sa craft namin.
Because I think after all, the best message is how you live your life.
Period.
And your output is your message. And I think Jobs expresses that very well with our music, with our artistry. Kasi si Jobs yung utak eh. Siya yung creative guy namin natin. So everything that we do from aesthetic to music to quality to the colors, everything. That's all his brain.
Alam mo, gets na kita, Jobs. Nakaka-relate ako. Introvert ka, di ba? Nakaka-relate ako sa'yo in a way na you don't have that energy to focus on other things because your energy is focused on developing yourself, your music, and your business. Parang any other business is none of my business. Since we have been talking about social media, how do you use your social media?
That's a very good
See,
question.
Josh, gusto ko, how do you have social media, Josh?
Yeah.
Do you have Twitter, IG?
Twitter, IG,
Oh,
MySpace, TikTok.
MySpace.
Oh my gosh.
Inabot niyo ba yun?
Yes.
Okay. How do you use your social media?
Ako I use my social media.
I never
to
had a
inspire
MySpace.
people kasi,
I wasn't allowed to have one
I'm
when it was
the
like
one who's married.
really big because I was only like 9 years
And
old.
parang may time na, Lord, paano ba ako makakapag-inspire ng tao sa next season ko, ganyan, ng mga tao sa next season ko. And ang feel ko ay ma-inspire ko yung mga tao through my marriage, ganyan, through my family, ganyan.
Period. Oh my
And
gosh.
kasi di ba ngayon, most of the people parang hindi na naniniwala sa marriage. So, makikita nyo po sa social media ko ay mukha ko and mukha ng family ko. And yung mga blessings na binibigay sa amin ni Lord.
Oh, so you post yung mga you don't post like yung mga personal struggles mo. Who posts their personal struggles and what they're going
Si
through?
Carl.
Kuya Carl.
Bakit?
Very selected.
Bakit mo
If-
pinopost, Carl? Yung mga things
I do
you're
that
going
sometimes.
Because I feel like, say for example, I posted about going through a condition called alopecia areata, where you get like patches,
Yeah.
not bald patches. And I remember early on in our career, people will always brand me as, yan yung kulot, yung maganda yung buhok. So somehow, a little bit, you sort of associate your identity with your hair, right?
Yeah.
And then boom, here comes alopecia areata hitting you hard. And being in the entertainment industry, we all understand how important it is to look good, diba?
That's
So
not
it
an
was
easy
really a
thing to
struggle.
like
I remember
post about.
shooting
certain
TVCs
things, you
and
know what I
doing
mean?
these major things, struggling to hide this bald patch. Episode 12 na Kwento Juan, I felt like, out of nowhere, it wasn't planned, I really felt like talking about it. And telling people, you know what, I struggled through this. I struggled, there were days where I didn't feel like loving myself because I didn't like what I saw in the mirror.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was important for me to share that. Because there are people out there who are also scared to share their stories. People have less to do with alopecia areata. It's a genetic thing. It's an autoimmune condition, and there's really nothing you can do to control it. So I felt like issues like that, I feel like God is using my life to be an example. Now, if God will heal me, then it will prove to people that they can be healed too. And today, here in this episode of Toni Talks, I am glad to report that I am completely healed of my alopecia areata. And
Nahihil pala yun.
yes. And when people watch this video, they would know that if Carl was healed, then I can be healed too because I'm praying to the same God. And if you're watching this and you have alopecia areata, I just want to say that your life is not defined by your hair. Your hair is an important thing, but don't let it define you.
We are now talking about what defines you. Diba?
Period. Oh my
Ikaw,
gosh.
RJ, what defines you?
I think
That like sent chills through my entire body.
kung saan po ako nagsimula. Ako, major of how I live my life today is because of sa natutunan ko sa church. Yung mga values na nakuha ko. Kasi parang before I met them, parang ang dami kong gusto sa buhay. Pero alam mo yung bata na maraming gustong gawin pero hindi alam kung saan pupunta. Yung marami kang options, hindi ka naman parang walang talent, pero hindi mo alam kung saan ka pupunta. And I really was seeking for a direction. I think what defined and what defines me continually now is the values that I got from church, which is loving your family, loving yourself as much as others, being a reason for others to be happy. I think that's what defines me.
Ikaw, Japs, what do you think defines you?
I wanna be someone na parang sasabihin nila na na-express sila sa life ko, kaya sila naging ganito ngayon, parang
Period.
natulungan ko sila in some way. Parang ganun.
Ikaw, Carl, if your hair doesn't define you, then what defines you?
I think ultimately my purpose and my calling defines me.
Period.
Regardless of whether it's about music or it's about talking or it's about growing a hair. For me, the most securing way to find my identity is to go back to my creator and to ask him every time, why did you create me like this?
Ano ang individual prayers niyo na lagi niyong sinasabi kay God, Josh?
Ako, unang-una, ipapatake you kay Lord sa, kumari, dinala kami dito sa Toni Talks. Parang, never in my mind na maisip ko na mapag-guess kami dito or makikita ka
I'm seriously about to cry.
Yun, parang yung prayer din namin is be present in the moment.
Sa akin, ang pinagpe-pray ko palagi is bigyan ako ng puso na kayang umintindi sa mga challenges na darating. Bigyan ako ng puso na kayang mag-receive ng mga blessings na kaya niyang ibigay. And bigyan ako ng puso na kayang magmahal ng mga tao sa paligid ko. Even sa point na hindi ka mahal-mahal. Lahat ng ginagawa namin, lahat ng ginagawa ng The Ones is proportional dun sa malaking promise na pinromise sa amin ni Lord. And that is to be an inspiration, to be a source of hope sa mga tao na nawawalan ng pag-asa, sa love life man o sa pangarap.
In everything that I do, sana na-honor ko si Lord. If at the end of it, kung hindi naman siya na-honor, parang what's the point of what I'm doing?
Pag nagpipray kasi ako parang parang nakikipag-usap ako sa tatay or kuya, gano'n. So parang pag ako nagpipray, lagi ko sinasabi, Lord, ikaw na bahala. Kasi pag yung strength ko lang yung gagamitin ko or yung wisdom ko, yung skill ko lang, parang hindi siya enough.
Ikaw naman, Carl.
Ako, something that I would always repeat over and over again is anoint me. And whenever we perform, we always pray this prayer na, Lord, sana hindi lang kami maging skilled, but let our music be anointed.
Oh my god. Wait. Oh my gosh. It's over? First of all, I just want to say it's it's not rare because y'all have seen me get emotional during like interview reactions, but I usually am able to like contain myself and like, you know, wait till after to like get like super emotional, but it was really a struggle with this one. I don't know if it's what they were saying or the way they were saying it, but like it felt like it cut deep, you know what I mean? Like it was just really relatable, and I especially loved when they were talking about like, you know, like talking about your struggles on like social media and everything. I feel like we definitely need to normalize that, because there's so many times when somebody talks about something they're going through and people tell them that they're seeking attention or like, you know, they're just complaining and everything, but I don't think people realize that when someone talks about their struggles, it can reach someone else who's going through the same thing. And it's really easy to feel like you're alone in certain things, and if you see someone else going through the same thing, then it helps. Like it's not, you know, it's something. And I feel like we definitely need to normalize talking about our problems. And yeah, I loved, you know, how they answered the cancel culture question, because I feel like answering that specific question could get you canceled depending on like, you know, how you answer it or whatever, but they handled it so well, and like how they were wording it and everything was so professional and so personal, and it felt right. Like it was like, I don't know how to explain it, but it was very well worded and said. And yeah, I love Toni Talks. It's so, she's so good at asking questions, and like I feel like every time she has guests on, they're good at answering the questions, and it's yeah, period. I feel like Carl, or like, you know, all of them really need to like write like a memoir or like a book or something, because like the way they word things, it's so like literary and beautiful, and yes. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this reaction. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't already, you can hit subscribe and turn on my notifications bell to be alerted whenever I post a new video. And yeah, I hope you're all staying safe, happy, and healthy, and I hope you're staying an iconically iconic icon. And yeah, so I guess until the next reaction, and bye!